Welcome back. All right, so let's go through, let's find out about it. Okay, so for the first day, we're kind of talking about animal coverings or animal coats. So we're gonna start. So you remember in the story, we could see that the rabbits had what's called fur. So they have really furry coats. It's thick and brown, and it covers their whole bodies. So even their ears and their paws all have fur on them. And so the fur is really important because it keeps the animal warm, and it keeps, it kind of helps protect the animal wherever they live. So rabbits have this thick fur because they live in the forest or the woods, and it gets really cold in the winter. So think about how cold it is right now. Those little rabbits need to have really thick fur so they don't get cold outside because they live outside right now. And they don't get to wear hats and gloves and coats. So their fur is their coat. So can you think of other animals that have fur like rabbits? So kids can give examples of like dogs, cats, foxes, raccoons, bears. And so different animals have different kinds of covers on their skin or coatings on their skin, depending where they live. So there are, let's see. I'm just looking for a bird. You should probably note which page these things are on so you don't have to do this when you go to show the kids. All I want is a freaking bird. Holy mother of God. Okay. So you can show an example of a penguin. Penguins have feathers, and they have like really slick feathers that help them swim in the water, and also keeps them warm living in the Arctic. Haley, look away. Trigger warning, don't look at this. Snakes have scales all over their bodies, which is helpful for their environment that they live in. And then if you remember, like Dario and the whale, when we read that book, the whale in that book had really smooth skin, kind of like the seahorse or a dolphin. So it's really smooth so they can kind of glide through the water really quickly. Okay, so everyone's gonna break off into their groups and play a little guessing game. Something's flashing on my screen, but I don't know what that means. Hopefully we're okay. Okay, so for the guessing game, the core members, this is in the back of the materials packet. So they're going to show the kids close-up pictures of animals, and they're going to have the kids try and guess what animal they think it is. So they can describe how they can let the kids look at it and then describe how it looks like scaly, and let the kids guess. And then on the other side it shows that it's a snake. So there's like peacock feathers. Who do you think that is, guys? Yep, it's the long fur of a lion. So there's a bunch of animals that the kids can guess what they are. So then at the end you can just summarize by saying that all animals require some type of protective skin or protective coat. So one more thing in the story, if you remember, like even this turtle, he has a big shell on him. So when the rain drops down on the shell, it just bounces right off. So for him, this is his home. He doesn't need to find a hedge because he can just crawl into this shell. And that protects him from a lot of things. And then they can learn more about animal coats and coverings in Book Center. Sorry, I'm just realizing I probably don't have enough memory on here. Okay. So, for the second day, you're talking about how things kind of soak water up or repel. So, just remind the kids that baby's fur, the baby rabbit's fur, is not waterproof. And so the mother rabbit wanted to protect her babies from the rain because she knew that their fur would soak up all of that water and become wet, and then they would be soaked because it's not waterproof. I'm going to stop and then start again once I delete some videos off of here so we don't get disconnected. Hang on.